to the Eat, Slay, Live Daily Grow with myself, Todd Locks, the People's Champ. Sorry about yesterday's episode. I know some of you got to watch it. Some of you didn't. I put up some music by Toby Keith from YouTube. They took it down. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll pop back up. First and foremost, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Full Deck Print and Design. And yesterday I actually had one of the shirts on that they designed, our Knuckles shirt, but it's in the wash now. But our famous Knuckles shirt, Kelly from down there, Kelly Lee, she designed that. So if you need any logos, if you're rebranding, if you need to get your vehicle wrapped, anything like that, get a hold of them down in Wood River. They're freaking awesome. Today on the show, I have Kelly McCormick. Kelly McCormick is the owner, founder, head trainer of McCormick Movement and Mindset for Peak Performance. Reason I had Kelly on is she helps a lot of our people here at Pride Fitness if they, get a little injury, something nagging, and more than that, Kelly is good about helping people to be proactive about stretching and moving and working on their body rather than reactive, rather than waiting for something to occur, waiting for an injury to occur. Kelly's very good about giving you things to prevent that from happening. So I'm going to bring Kelly on real quick. What's up, Kelly McCormick? How are you?
What's up, Todd? I'm great. How are you, man?
Yeah, I was waiting for your first thing. Like, are you doing your stretching, Todd? Are you doing your stretching?
I do need to nag you because you do great for a while and then you tend to fall off and then I have to remind you.
Yeah, this show's about me. Kelly, don't embarrass me in front of all my Facebook friends, okay? Since you and I met last time, I have been on a roll, okay? And I'm feeling – so I just went to Kelly. I had a couple – just my shoulders have been achy, both of them on the front. So I got a hold of Kelly and had a session. It was great. I came in and did one session. You gave me all these exercises, and then I got hooked up on there's an app that you have. You want to tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I utilize an app to kind of be with you without having to actually be there to hold your hand. So all the exercises that I prescribe for my patients, I upload those onto my app, and then you have full access to that at home, and you can do it on your own time. Whatever works for your schedule. Everybody's got busy lives. So it just works out to kind of transition those exercises into the app. That way you can squeeze it in whenever it works for you. So I upload all those videos. That way it just walks you through everything. There's no questions. All you do is follow along.
I'm going to blame my past failures at my stretching things on you not having the app. Because you come in, you give me these exercises, and I'm like, oh, and you're like, you're going to remember this? Do I need to write it down? No, I got this. I remember this. And then you leave, and the next day I'm like, so what do I foam roll? Do you know what I'm saying? So now it's freaking awesome because you and I we went through, you showed me how to do the exercises. We did a little session where I stretched and found out where it was hurting, what the root of the problem was. But then I can just get on the app every day, and I can, like, it shows me every stretch and everything that you showed me to do. It lists it, and then it shows me how to do it. And I'm sure you see if I'm doing them or if I get on there and check or whatever. So that I love that. So I'm blaming everything in the past on not having it.
Well, it's hard to remember, if that's not what you do for a living and somebody shows you, and at the time you think, oh, that's easy, I can do that, no problem. And you leave and you think, I have no idea what she just told me to do. 24 hours goes by and it's gone.
I hate stretching so much that I think my brain just blocks it out. Like it tries it. Forget it. You don't have to do it. And now, one thing I want to brag about you, what I love about you do with your program is if I come in and say, okay, like I came into you and you wanted a total history of kind of what went on my pickleball injury and all the mountains someone made me climb over the summer. But I gave you just my little history of like when things started hurting. And then you didn't just say, okay, do this and this for your shoulder. You had me walk my shoulders hurt. Why are you having me walk? Like you had me do walk back and forth. You had me do some different movements to see what was going on. You didn't just say, oh, your shoulder hurts. You need to do these more stretches and do this. Okay. And you're fine. You know what I'm saying? Like you you
Yeah.
need to get to the root of the problem, what caused that, rather than just like, okay, well, this is going to make you feel better.
Yeah, so I operate different than a lot of maybe more typical outpatient clinics, and not that those are bad things, but people usually come to me whenever nothing else has worked or they really aren't sure what to do to fix their problem. So everything is connected. Whenever you come in with a complaint, you have to look at the whole body, because you never know what compensation down at the foot or the ankle might be doing to the hips, the pelvis, the spine, which could absolutely connect to the shoulder, which I know sounds crazy, but those little compensations are what is super important. So looking at how the body coordinates together, those movement patterns, how those little compensations might add up are super valuable in getting to the root of what is causing the issue. So if you come in for a shoulder issue, I'm going to look at everything. I'm going to look at the way that you walk. I'm going to look at the way that you squat. I'm going to look at the way your ankles bend, your toes bend, your spine rotates, because all of that kind of adds together, accumulates, and it's just where you're feeling the pain. That's just where your symptoms are showing up. So I like to kind of dig in, get to the root of the issue. That way you don't need me. And then that way you can just perform a maintenance program on your own through the app and prevent that issue from coming back.
Two things about that is what you talked about a lot. Is a lot of times say maybe you're do something just something little wanky to your janky, wanky, whatever, to your stanky. I don't know. There's a lot of rhyming words right there. To me, and nothing that really bothers you much, but then all of a sudden your right hip hurts. Like you like what you always tell me, you start overcompensating for just that little twinge in the knee, and it might make the left knee might make the right hip hurt really bad.
Exactly. And most of the time we don't even know what we're doing. We're doing weird stuff and we have no clue we're even doing it. So whenever I watch people walk, they're like, why are you watching me walk? I'm like, well, because I fine-tuned my evaluation to look for specific things, and you don't even know that you're doing it. So if you got a little wanky and you're janky, we got to figure out where it's coming
from. What's funny is like when you have me walk though, like I'm doing my Conor McGregor strut. I just can't help it. But like when you watch me walk, you said you told me you're not rotating. You're not like to one side. I can't remember what it was, but you're talking walking. I came to see you from my shoulders. But you talked about me not rotating to one side or the other because of that problem.
Yeah, so if you lack the ability to rotate the spine in one direction or the other, you're going to have these little compensations that show up elsewhere, and that's why your knee was bothering you. That's why your knee was bothering you with that eccentric loading, that going downstairs, and that's why you're overcompensating with the front of your shoulder, because you lacked that rotation, that ability to create momentum in the opposite direction. It's just the body it's all about putting all those pieces of the puzzle together. And with my online programs, I try to give people a preventative measure to not even get to that point, because like you lift weights all the time. You're in great shape, you know. Oh, did I lose you?
Listen, I got all excited when you said you lift weights and you're in great shape. I got all excited. I started flexing up, and one of my biceps hit the laptop and pulled you off.
It did.
If you'd like to start over from when you said I lift weights and I'm in great shape, we can start back from there.
Yes. Well, let's say it again. Well, Todd, you're in great shape.
Yeah.
I know. Can you believe it?
No.
But those are you're the classic person that kind of needs this preventative measure. Just spending 10 or 15 minutes a day performing these activities that are going to help your body stay healthy. And what a lot of people don't realize is that tightness in a muscle, or if you have an area that is just chronically tight, it actually can often be a sign of weakness in that muscle. So one kind of phrase that we always say is a tight muscle is a weak muscle. So if you got an area that's chronically tight, stretching it is going to help in that moment. It's going to make it feel a little bit better for a while, maybe a day or two or a week. But what's really going to help improve the flexibility, the mobility of that muscle, is strengthening it. So that's where I kind of come in. So some of my online programs, it'll be for a specific region, and you'll be thinking, well, aren't I supposed to be stretching this area? actually you should be strengthening that area. You should be doing resistive exercises. And then once your brain, the brain's job is to protect our body, right? So it wants to keep us alive. It wants to keep us safe. And so if your brain knows that there's an area that is weak, I mean, you're not weak, but there's an area that has an imbalance. It's just nobody's perfectly symmetrical. So if there's an area of imbalance, your brain is going to think, oh, I need to protect that area because it's not strong enough to maintain safety. So it will go into tightness. So it will do this protective tightening. So by strengthening some of these muscle groups very specifically, and I show you on the app, by strengthening those muscles, your brain is like, oh, I trust that area to be more free to move. So by strengthening it, you're granting your body permission to be more mobile. Hopefully that makes sense.
It does. I just heard you say get stronger. That's all that blah blah blah. Yep. Get stronger.
Yep.
Why do like idiots like me, like why do we hate stretching? So like you said, like the exercise you gave me takes about 10, maybe say 10 minutes, but that's after grabbing the foam roller and making myself get down on the ground. I mean, all added up maybe takes 10 minutes, but really the stuff you gave me doesn't even take 10 minutes, but I don't like doing it. I would rather go do a really hard workout for an hour and a half than go stretching. And I know, and I preach on here all the time that the stuff you don't want to do is probably the stuff you need most, and blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Why do you think it is? Why are we like that?
I know exactly why it is, because you're not getting the endorphin release. You're not getting those feel-good hormones released like you would with a hard workout. Your body craves that feel-good hormone release that maybe a more intense workout that would provide you. Doing mobility exercises, I mean, the reward at the time isn't exactly as fulfilling as a hard workout that's going to just make you feel great afterwards. Now, that being said, I'm pretty sure you do feel great after you do the mobility exercises. It's just the act of doing them.
Yeah.
So
and
actually,
it's an indifferent good. Like I hate that you made sense about all that, but it's a different. I get done. I'm like, man, I just did what I was supposed to do. This is going to make me perform better. This is going to make the pain go away. It's going to make me sleep better at night. Blah 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 blah. But it doesn't. But it doesn't give you that endorphins kick. I feel accomplished, but I don't have that sort of workout high or runner's high or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So it really comes down to self-discipline. So if you're not making a choice to do these activities, you're making a choice to not do these activities. So I know you're excuse me, you're very much into personal development and getting better every day. And I recently read a book called The 5-Second Rule, and I think it's really important for people to kind of start being conscious of how our brain can talk us out of doing things. So the reason why you don't want to do those exercises, if you don't make a 5-second choice to do them, you're not going to do them. You're going to talk yourself out of it. So, one thing that I like to encourage people to do is do it. Just like, don't procrastinate. Count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just go do it. And then it's 10 minutes, you're done. You're glad that you did it. You feel better for doing it. So really it's a matter of will. It's a matter of making a choice to spend the time on yourself, which is hard to do.
I don't like that answer. Makes sense. I don't like it. like my weightlifting groups, my high school kids, my middle school kids, my women's weightlifting groups, I make them all they do about 10 to 15 minute dynamic warm up, dynamic stretching and things like that, which I know you're big into. Theirs is about 10 or 15 minutes. They get done. They're breathing a little bit heavy. They're ready to go. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how long my dynamic warm up lasts. That's for a different show. Real quick, I'm going to a couple comments on here. Like Kelly this is Kristen Burns. Kelly is legit.
Oh, Kristen.
He helped me with the hip and calf issues and helped my dad rehab after his stroke. I like that. Don't you like hearing things like that?
Yep, I love hearing things like that. I've known Kristen for a long time, and she's come to me periodically for one issue or another. And the one reason that she is successful in what she does is, and Well, the one reason she is successful and me helping her is because she does the work at home. So
Mhm.
I'm just showing her what to do. I'm
Yes,
helping
she comes here, she
identify what she needs.
swims, Kristen bikes. I mean, she's always into
Mm-hmm.
something physical and changing. So it doesn't surprise me that she does that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she makes a choice every day, and I've seen her do 75 hard. That's a choice every single day. It sucks. And do you want to do it? Hell no. But you just count down from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Move your body.
Another comment we have in here is from Amanda Cavanaugh. I have been a patient of Kelly's for a long time. She is incredibly knowledgeable of the body and how it works. I would always recommend Kelly for any therapy, mind and body needs.
Oh, thanks, Amanda. Amanda is amazing. She's another one of those people that, I'm just showing her, I'm just sharing my knowledge with her, and she's doing the work at home. And, but she comes to Pride all the time. And whenever you're working out hard like that, you're going to have little tweaks here and there. You're putting your body through it, and that's a good thing. I would never encourage people to stop working out. In fact, I do the opposite. I encourage people to constantly move. And that's another reason why Amanda is successful, because she makes a choice every day to move. And then whenever those little things come up that might cause her an issue, she does the work that is needed to keep her off the sidelines.
I don't.
And I know that, yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know that she's a part of my 10-minute mobility program that I have on my app, and it's literally 10 minutes. It's on demand, so you pick and choose what body part you want to work on that day. And I really hope that that's another part of why she's able to keep coming to Pride.
I mean, I think most of her injuries probably come from all the dancing, I think.
Probably the twerking between stations. I think it's the twerking, because usually, a little back.
Break a hip. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to, and I've had a ton of success with this. I'm going to bring up your page. So right here, people find you on Facebook and things like that. You're always putting up great hints, tips on here. Like we see here just like a
top rack of a squat rack, something that's sturdy and that can hold your body weight. So whenever you perform this exercise, it's going to stretch the
for lightning strikes every time she moves.
Anyway, I love that you put videos all the time up. This is free of charge. Those right there, just to just show people that one was about shoulder pains and doing hangs. Another was about knee pain, what they can do. I know you're big into ankle mobility. You're big into toe yoga.
Yeah.
How is that about toe yoga? I tried that. That was rough.
I always tell people, I know it's insane, but we forget about our feet. Like, keeping your feet healthy. If your feet are healthy, the rest of your body is going to be healthy. Like, take your shoes off, move your feet. Try to see if you can move your toes. Just sit in a chair, put your bare foot on the floor, and see if you can lift your toes up and spread them out. And if you can't, start working on that. Get like a golf ball or a lacrosse ball or a baseball. Roll out the bottom of your foot. Just kind of get some blood pump into it. Loosen it up.
So rolling those, I have a lacrosse ball that's under my desk, and I do that constantly. And I'll tell you what, it hurts so good. You know what I'm saying? You feel so much better, especially like plantar fasciitis. I think it's a great treatment for that also.
It is, and just getting to know your feet is going to change the way that your entire body moves. So if I have in my app, that's another thing that we address, is just getting your feet moving and getting in touch with your feet. And I share lots of free videos on my page, on my social media, just to try to encourage people, this stuff, you can do it on your own at home. You don't always need me. I'm here for you. And I try to provide all levels of presence. So I want to provide free stuff. I want to provide affordable stuff. And then I also want to provide one-on-one personalized and individualized attention, so that you can correct the root of your issue. So, you know, getting your feet moving and creating a new relationship with your feet, it's super important. I know it sounds weird, but toe yoga could save your low back.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And
So
well,
take your shoes off.
right. It doesn't say shoes. The shoes have messed, like going all the way back to when shoes were first invented, have basically screwed us all up, haven't they? Like we weren't
Completely.
designed to wear shoes. We weren't designed to wear these big hokas with the 5 inches of like foam underneath of them.
Yes.
Right. I mean, it's kind of,
You
we
know,
were be running around barefoot, you know.
exactly. You know, hokas have their place, I suppose, in someone who is a long distance runner. Okay, that's fine. However, that being said, if you feel the need to wear hokas, we need to figure out why. Like, why do you need that big cushion? It's probably because of your mechanics. You might be landing in a really rigid foot, fully locked out position that's causing you to feel like you need that cushion. And if you can do things to help improve your mobility and modify your mechanics so that you don't need those, kind of Band-Aids, that's the goal. So wearing shoes, let's go that direction, Todd. This is important. I feel like the people need to hear this.
Okay.
What kind of shoes are you wearing? Okay. So
Anyway, this show isn't about me and my issues. Okay. You know what? I remember, man, I don't know when we first met, how many years ago it was. I was wearing Chuck Taylors to do everything. It didn't matter if I was deadlifting, if I was running, I wore them everywhere, and you told me, you said, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some problems. God, never going to have any problems. I'm freaking made of steel and bulletproof. But you know what? Anyway, we'll skip me for a while on that. Okay. Hokas, though, they're great for just, for soccer dads standing around grilling and mowing the grass. Desha Meyer says Kelly is amazing. Heart, heart, heart.
I love you.
Candace Snyder, I love Kelly's vibe so much. She is always a breath of fresh air. And everyone, your mom.
Hi, mommy.
I might try to be a little prejudiced since I'm Kelly's mom, but she helped me have a total recovery from compound wrist fracture several years ago. Doctors didn't think I would ever do a push-up again. They were wrong. Kelly helped me get all my strength. Let me talk about your mom a little bit.
Please.
Probably back in 1996 and 2004. Off and on long time. I trained jiu-jitsu with your mom. Like, she was one of the first. Back when the UFC had just come out, your mom was a badass doing MMA and UFC stuff. Just a tough lady. So whether she's your mom or not, take away the body. I mean, she's not going to say something that's not true. So I mean, your mom's a badass.
No, she speaks facts. My mom is the best lady on earth, and I would not mess with her.
I wouldn't. Not very big either.
Nope.
Anyway, Kelly, what's the name of the app? If people want to, whenever you get off here, you can put that in the comments. What's the app and where can they find that?
Yeah, so the name of my app is M-Body. So like the letter M and then the word body, as in your body. So I'll put a link up for you guys for my 10-minute mobility program. And I've got several kind of big things that I've been working on quietly, just privately, trying to get them to where that I want them to be. But we're going to very soon, hopefully within the next couple weeks, maybe the end of the month, I'm going to have individualized programs for each body segment that I'm going to try to keep super affordable, easy to do. But you can check me out on Facebook. It's Facebook McCormick PT or Kelly McCormick MPT. I'm also on Instagram at the Energy Physio. It's _energy_physio. Same thing on TikTok, at the Energy Physio. So I've got lots of free content. I've got lots of online programs that are affordable. And then you can also come and see me if you need something more personalized.
I love it. Kelly, thank you for coming on. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you. Like I've had my my unofficial medical doctor on. I've had my official chiropractor, Corey Stassi, and now I've had you, my physical therapist. So, just because I like thanking you guys for just helping me. I do a lot. I destroy my body a lot of times in workouts and things like that, but it's people like you that just like keep me going and answer questions when I have them, tell me not to do things and set it. And people seem set me straight in this and not be like a yes man. You're always telling me, like with going back to Taylor shoes. So I thank you very, very much for that and everyone you've helped. So thanks for
absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. And Todd, I appreciate everything that you do. You make a big impact on this community, and keep doing what you do, bud.
We will do that. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to and watching the Eat, Slay, Live Daily Grow. Thanks for growing with us, and slay on.